Considered about the largest ethnicities in the world at the current moment in this series. There are currently many large ethnicities. However, we'll be going over every single major ethnicity, and this is actually every single province they have a majority population in, which means they are not a minority in any of these provinces as well, and they make up at least 50% of the population as well. That is the criteria for having a majority of the population. Let's start with East of Central China. Chinese. Let's start east of the Central Chinese. Northern Chinese did not make this list, or the Japanese, as they don't really have a lot of people. Northern China has around 10.6 million people. However, the Central Chinese by population has exploded in the past couple of episodes. Central Chinese went from 8.3 million to just around 24.7 million living in the Central China area as well. However, North China only has 1.3 million people, so they don't really count all too much. South Chinese ethnicity as well, that is the South Chinese ethnicity right here, they have a population of just around 16.7 million as well. They do control parts of Vietnam, but they do not own the whole Vietnamese area, and they don't really make up a majority of the Vietnamese areas they have conquered as well. Yeah. They make up a swim majority in these two little areas right here. They make up a swim majority here and here, as there have been Vietnamese settlers here. However, they do not make up they make up a small minority in Vietnam and occupied Vietnam as well. Yeah. Next is Indonesian. Indonesian is the ethnicity throughout the Indonesian islands as well. Yeah. There are several small ethnicities in the Indonesian islands. However, most Indonesians come from these two islands and have kind of spread out throughout the islands. Indonesians have around 17.6 million people living in the Indonesian islands as well here. And the population continues to explode in Indonesia, as well as more and more land continues to be settled. Then we have Orange Indian as well. The reason why it's called Orange India because on the map, that's the color we use for India because there used to be two Indian countries, Brown India and Orange Indian. Brown Indians, which mostly make up around the population here. Yeah, we did not include them on this video because they are as well. But brown Indians mostly make up the population of here. Then we have Central Indians and Northern Indians as well here, which make up the vast majority of the population here. So yeah, basically this is the ethnicity of the other side, and both sides should really be represented, so we will do that as well. Yeah, both parts of India still have a very historic presence, you may say. So yeah, both sides as well. So basically, Orange India and Brown India, which used to be two separate countries. The reason why they're called that is because of the colors on the map as well. So Orange Indians make up around 20 million, which includes colonies here and colonies here as well. Yeah. Yeah. And of course, next we have and given the fact that this country still holds significant historical significance, will be including both Brown and Orange India in this as well. Brown Indians there's around 12 million brown Indians and 20 million orange Indians as well. So yeah. Again, the colors are referring to the color of the country as well. So yeah. Then we have Persian ethnicities. The Persian ethnicity mostly consists of people spanning from here to here. Despite this, the Persian ethnicity is like the least populated ethnicity of all these ethnicities, very being out in North China with around 10 million as well. The Persian ethnicity, however, does not really extend outwards here. Next, we have the Russian, the fastest growing ethnicity in the world. There's around 11 million Russians currently in this world. They make up the vast majority of the population of Russia, with a few areas belonging to several ethnic minorities that don't really make up much of the population. And of course, next we have Navarans. This is the first actual original ethnicity in this series. Navarans make up around 13 million people as well, and they do make up a significant minority in these orange areas. And then we have Egyptian, one of the largest ethnicities in the world. Here, it is one of the oldest ethnicities in the world, and this is because of how big Egypt got as well. Currently, there's at least 60 million with full Egyptian ancestry, and at least 30 million with partial Egyptian ethnicity, and the only ethnicity on this map that actually lists this, besides one other, the Greeks as well. Greek ethnicity, there's at least around 9 million Greek ethnicities as well. However, that is just full Greek ethnicity as well, which is throughout Anatolia, northern Egypt, and Greece itself, alongside Romania and Ukraine as well. However, when we include partial ethnicity, there's at least 17 million partial Greek ethnicity, including Romanians, Eastern Anatolians, Northern Anatolians, Southern Anatolians, and several ethnicities here, Cypriots, and of course, the Northern Levant the Northern Syrian ethnicities, alongside with Greco-Ukrainians as well. Here. Then we have Polish as well. Polish being one of the biggest ethnicities, it's not too surprising. Poland is a big massive blob on the map, and yeah, Poland, there's around 12 million people with Polish ethnicity total as well. Then we have Italian or Roman. This is actually one of the biggest with partial ethnicities. Italy currently has a population of 1 million, and it's mostly 80 to 90% Italian as well. However, there's at least 40 to 50 million with partial Roman ancestry throughout France, throughout Greek, throughout the Balkans, throughout Anatolia, throughout basically all of here, and throughout here, and also even throughout the Middle East, there's people with partial Roman ancestry as well. Then, of course, we have the final one, Iberian ethnicity as well here. Catalonia and South France have their own ethnicities as well, alongside Morocco. However, Iberian ethnicity has become one of as around 12 million ethnicity, with around 3 million partial ethnicity as well. Yeah. And there we go with all of the major ethnicities. There are some other ethnicities like Japanese, North Chinese, Vietnamese, Burmese, Bengali, and of course the Turkmen ethnicity, as well as Baltic ethnicity and the French ethnicities and English. However, they do not have enough population to really make this video. Despite the series being called What If Civilization Started in Europe, it seems that the world follows similar trends to real life. We have Russia becoming a big populous country, India, China, Indonesia, and of course the Middle East. However, there are still a few European ethnicities that still have a massive population, including Russian and Greek, Polish, Italian, and Iberian. And things will get much more interesting when Europeans start to touch the New World and European ethnicities become much more pronounced in the New World as well. World beasts do, and the reason why doing the New World Uri is that there likely will be newer ethnicities being formed very quickly in these countries as well. Yeah. Yeah. Goodbye.